Good.
So we start up or down?
Oh, we're gonna start down, and actually today, if it's okay with everybody, we're gonna do an all mat class. So, yeah, we will work all of the stuff, like a gentle, as always, a gentle workout with a heavy emphasis on just stretching and creating relief in our backs and our knees and in all the places. So we're going to start on our back, and it's going to sound odd, but I want you to start as far to the left of your mat as you can. So, and you will likely have to shift a little bit as we go through the flow. We're going to roll a little here and there. So that said, find the left side of your mat and find a Shavasana-like posture.
No objections.
Good. Good, good.
Could you turn the lights down, please? That is right.
Do you want me here? I can turn it off.
That would be nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. So when I say find a Shavasana-like posture, what I mean by that is give yourself a moment to rest, and more importantly, just land here. Be here. You know, we all always have a million things we coulda, woulda, shoulda been doing. And for 45 minutes, set that aside, because we're gonna rest as we also find some movement. So let yourself be heavy before we begin. Notice your breath. Notice your exhales specifically. Can you match your inhale to your exhale? And maybe you make an exercise of it even. Maybe you inhale for 3, exhale for 3. Inhale for 3, exhale for 3. One more time, and I want you to like really inhale in deep, and then when we push it, when we exhale, push it out forcefully. Inhale for 3, exhale for 3. Lift your legs to the sky and take a moment to alternate between pointing and flexing your feet. Noticing when you point your toes, the stretch across the top of the foot, and when you flex, the stretch across the back of the calves. Point, flex, point, flex. Take some circles with your ankles, pick any direction you want. And then switch directions. Return your legs to the mat, stretched out, and lift the arms this time. Hands to the sky. Take a moment and roll out your wrists. You can interlace your fingers to do this, or you can leave the hands independent of one another. Maybe you try both to see where you find that best feeling. If your hands aren't already interlaced, interlace those fingers now. Lift your palms to the ceiling and press your palms to the sky, creating some stretch along the outer arm, the wrists, the joints where your palms meet your fingers. Return your hands to the mat. And look to the right. Really intentionally. It seems like such a boring thing to do. But as your head is to the right, how does the sensation change if you press your shoulders to the mat? If you think about elongating that left side. These are all just options. But yoga is about play in a lot of respects. And so play. And then shift your gaze to the left side. And same thing. Where does the stretch feel the best for you? One more time to the right. And then one more time to the left. Head returns to center and scrunch your shoulders up to your ears and then press them down. Let's do that 3 more times. See if you can sync your inhales and exhales to the scrunch and release. So inhale, scrunch. Exhale, press them down, release. Inhale, scrunch. Exhale, release. Inhale, scrunch. Exhale, release. Extend your arms above your head. So stretching out straight, your fingers and your toes going in opposite directions, and find a good morning stretch. Maybe you take a moment to grasp with each hand, creating a little bit of movement through the spine, a little more stretch in the shoulders. And then when you're ready, kind of, I was gonna say tippy toe, but you're on your heels. Move your heels to the right side, toward the right side of the mat, and move your hands toward the right side of the mat. Think about making a banana shape. And the intention here is to get into the side body, to really create some space between the ribs. And notice your breath. Let's wiggle walk our hands and our feet to the left side of the mat. So banana in the other direction. And then return to center, find one more good morning stretch. Maybe point your toes. How do you make your body as long as you possibly can? From here, we're gonna roll onto our right side. So I just plant my left foot and roll my body over. You can prop your head on your hand if you like. You can leave your head long on your forearm. Find what feels best to you. Probably going to want a hand support in front of you, so that left hand to the floor. And then we're just going to slowly pulse that top leg for about 10 rounds. If this doesn't feel good on your hip, bend that bottom leg. It'll take some of the weight out of the hip and shift it down the quads. And when you finish your 10, meet me on your stomach. This is why we started on the left side of the mat. So now you're probably all the way on the right. Make sure your legs are long and together. Bring your hands up near your bra line, your shoulder, and we're gonna gently press into our hands, finding a little bit of a Sphinx posture. Release. We're gonna do a few more, play around with moving your hands a little bit forward, maybe just like an inch forward every time we go up. And notice how it feels different in your body. So lift, release, press and lift, release. Last one, we're gonna press and hold for just a moment. And then we're gonna take that right hand and thread it under the left. So threading the needle, getting into that outside right shoulder. Breathe. Notice how your body releases every time you exhale. And then we're going to switch sides. So I like to unthread that right hand, plant it back on the floor, and then take the left hand and crawl it under, threading the needle on the left. Release to center. This time, bring your hands to a T for just a moment. And then pull that left hand back to the bra line, bending your knee. And we're going to press into that left hand, rolling our body to the right for whale posture. So getting into the other side of that right shoulder, the front side. And if it's comfortable, maybe you bend your leg, that left leg behind the right. Maybe that's too much, in which case keep that left foot in front of the right leg. Again, so much to play with to find what feels good in your body. And not only your body, but your body today, because it changes all the time. We're going to release so that we can switch sides. So return to center. This time the left hand extends out, the right hand comes into the bra line, pressing into that right hand, rolling to open that left shoulder. Now think back to the posture you were in when we were doing the leg lifts on the other side. You're already on your left side. So I want you to bring that left arm around. And maybe your hand goes under your head, maybe your head is resting on your arm, but find that side body position. Flex through that top foot, and let's find those same leg raises on the right. Again, option to bend that knee if you want to take some of the pressure out of the hip. And release. From here, I want you to roll gently onto your back. You may or may not need to reposition your body here to get back on that mat. If you do, feel free to do that. And let's pull our knees into our chest. Wrap your hands around the front, finding a little bit of a squeeze, a little bit of a ball posture. And then release your hands to a T. Keep your knees together and dip them to the right. If you can't go all the way to the floor, that is no problem. Maybe use your fist to prop the knees. If you have a block, the intention is to find a gentle twist through the spine. Notice your breath. Intentional inhales, intentional exhales. Pull your knees up through center, and then this time we're going to dip them to the left. Return your knees to center. Let's extend our feet up to the ceiling one more time. And see if you can find ease in this supported waterfall. Can you relax your upper half of the body to the point where you can feel your entire spine pressed into the floor? Noticing your shoulder blades, your elbows, your hands, your hips, letting it all feel heavy and easy. From here, let's release into happy baby. So just bend your knees, create some space between your legs, and grab hold of what you can get a hold of. Maybe it's the outside of your feet, maybe it's your calves, maybe it's the back of your knees, but you want to intentionally pull the knees toward the chest as you press your feet to the ceiling. This is a working posture. Option to rock from side to side if that would feel good on your lower back. Option to take turns extending one leg and then the other. If it would feel good to extend both legs, that's an option. Noticing the stretch across the backs of the legs. And if you're rocking, that massage across the back. From here, we're going to rock and roll front to back. You can let go of your feet. You can hold on to your feet, but get a little bit of momentum. And let's meet in a seated position with our legs extended straight out in front of us. taking a moment to really settle into this posture. So we've talked about this before, staff posture. It's not just this. It's the equivalent of a tree, but in a seated posture. The intention is to ground yourself. So can you think about lifting your upper body as you ground down in the hips, in the hands, flexing the feet. It's an active posture. You guys are great. Everybody's shoulders are soft. Let's inhale and raise our hands. Exhale, release to goalpost arms. Thinking about opening across the front of the chest. It's a mini back bend. Inhale, raise. Exhale, goalpost. Inhale, raise. And this time we're gonna fold forward. Try your very best to keep your back straight. It's not about curving. It's about creating length from the top to the bottom of your spine. Option to grab onto your calves, onto the bottoms of your feet. If you need more, this is a great place for a block. You can put it across the bottom of your feet and you get a little bit more leverage. Press your shoulders down as you think about elongating the spine. And release. Pull that left knee into your chest. We're going to take our right arm and wrap it around. Left hand goes up and behind us for a spinal twist to the left. So we did that supine twist on our backs where we dropped our knees to the right and to the left. This is an opportunity to go a little deeper into that twist. And release it for just a moment. Keep your leg where it is. We're going to do that same twist, but with a slight modification of the arms. This time, take your right arm, your right elbow to that left knee. Your left hand is still behind you. And you've just created a little lever to go even deeper into that twist, if that feels good to you. And release. Let that left knee flop open. And maybe it goes to the floor and maybe it doesn't, and it doesn't really matter. We're going to go for another forward fold, but this time we're gonna grab with the right hand and come up and over with the left. So we're getting a little bit of a forward fold and a little bit of a side stretch through that left body. From here, take your left hand up and over, plant it behind you. We're gonna press into that left hand and lift the hips. And make your arms beautiful. It's called a horizon stretch. So I'm just gonna do it a couple of times. You can hold yours, you can make it dynamic, but think about sweeping that hand across the horizon. You're pressing into the left hand, lifting the hips. And release. Bring both knees in for Baddha Konasana, butterfly legs. Take a moment and just maybe wiggle out a little bit if that would feel good to you. Play with maybe how close or how far your feet are from you. How does the sensation change when you adjust things just a little bit? My mom, I don't know if I've shared with you guys before or not, but my mom is a counselor. And so I grew up having to listen to all these sound bites. I mean, we had great big conversations too, but all these like kind of mental health snippets. And she used to say, how can you adjust for your surroundings? I'm like, okay, so this isn't totally the same thing, but how can you adjust to feel this in the best possible way in your body? And if it would feel good to you, I invite you to fold forward, this time intentionally curving the spine. You know, when we did staff, we kept it straight. How does it feel different when you curve the spine? Notice your breath. Notice your shoulders. Can you relax them more? Can you release your jaw? Where can you create ease in this posture? And release. This time our left leg is going to go straight in front of us. We're going to keep that right leg in so that we can go through that same little series on this side. So the first kind of entry-level spinal twist. Right hand goes behind you, left hand wraps around that knee. Using your back hand, your right hand to gently twist your spine. Noticing how you can make this deeper or less so by adjusting the pressure in your hand. And let your arm go. This time, that left hand comes up, elbow bends, and we get that lever to go a little deeper into the spinal twist. And release. Let that right knee fall open. And again, we're going to fold forward, but grasping with the left hand, coming up and over with the right hand. So the intention is to get into that right side body. And notice your breath. Are you holding it? Let it go. And then from here, we're going to shift into that horizon stretch. So your right hand can come up over behind you, press into the right hand, lift your hips. And then your hand goes up and over or across and over, whatever feels good to you. Option again to make this dynamic where you're coming down and then going back up. And release. This time we return both legs straight in front of us to that staff posture, but take a minute and bounce out your legs a little bit. And if there's anything else that needs to bounce out, bounce it out. I mean, I know this isn't really bouncing music, but you know, do it. And then extend your hands in front of you and see if you can use your core to gently lower yourself to your back. Option to put your elbows down if you need to, but what if you just as slowly as you could moved towards your back. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. In my yoga training, they always talked about moments of gratitude and how feeling our breath and feeling our heartbeat were such wonderful reminders of life. So just take a moment and notice. From here, we're going to move into fish posture. If you have a block, or if you're at home, a book will work, a bag of flour will work. You want to take that item and put it between your shoulder blades on whatever setting feels good to you. So what we're trying to do, and for some reason I forgot to grab a block, is our arms are going to go open, our chest is going to go open. And if it does not feel good to you, maybe you need to switch your setting or adjust your block. If you don't have a block or a book or a bag of flour, come back onto your elbows and think about kind of like beach body, you know, the girls at the beach. Maybe tilt your chin to the sky, but you're lifting and opening through the chest. And breathe. From here, we're going to move into supported waterfall. So we're going to move our blocks from between the shoulder blades to beneath the tailbone. I like mine horizontal so that it's running in the same direction as my hips. And then lift those legs to the ceiling and let the block or the book hold you. And just like supported fish, this should feel wonderful. If you can't quite get there, try adjusting your block. If it would feel good in your body, an option to bring your toes closer to the floor behind your head, but only if it feels good. Otherwise, you're welcome just to enjoy that supported waterfall. And then let's return our feet to the floor. Knees are bent. We're going to take 3 bridge postures, nice and gentle because we're almost to Shavasana. But press into your feet, lift the hips, and just notice that opening, the stretch through the pelvic area, across the top of the quads. and release. Press and lift. Are your shoulders relaxed? Is your jaw relaxed? If they're not, let them go. And release. One more. Press your feet, lift your hips. And release. Windshield wiper your legs from left to right. If there's any movement your body needs that we have not taken today, you have the opportunity to do that now. And if you don't, find your Shavasana posture. Traditional Shavasana is on your back, but you can take it on your side, on your belly, in child's pose. Wherever you can find rest and no work. We've done the work. Take a moment to notice everything, starting at the top of your head, noticing the weight of your head on your mat, your shoulders softening into the mat, your spine, your ribs, your hips, your knees, your heels, your feet, your elbows, your fingers. Let your mat hold each and every part. And rest. Shavasana. Start to reawaken your body. Choosing gentle movements. Maybe wiggle your fingers and your toes. Tick-tocking your head gently from side to side. Moving toward bigger movements. The knees, the elbows. And when you feel ready, make your way onto the side of your choice. And then again, when you're ready, use your hand to press yourself gently to a seat. Take 3 collective deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On this last one, bring your arms up. Inhale and exhale, hands to center. Friends, it's such a gift being here with you guys. New year, new opportunity to be together as a community. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being a part of Gilda's Club and just a bright light in this world. Please know that the light and the love in me sees, honors, and appreciates the light and the love in each and every one of you. Together we bow and say, Namaste. Thank you all.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad you guys were here.